Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stick together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald what your mother said, read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stick together. All I know, love will save the day. Time has no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pain. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. This time it's danger staring you in the face. Oh. Remember, listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stick together. All I know, love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stick together. All I know, love will save the day. Got to be bold, got to be bad, got to be wise. Don't ever say, got to be hard, not too hard. All I know is love will save the day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Be serious.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain. When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feels like December when somebody say your name. 'Cause I can't reach out to call you, but you know I will one day. Everybody hurts sometime, everybody hurts someday. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. There's a time that carry these torches for ya, and you know I'll never drop. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Hey, hey. But everything will be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Memories bring back you. Yeah, yeah. And the memories bring back you.
No, you don't have to. Thank you. Señorita, I wish I could pretend I didn't need you, but every touch is oh la la la, it's oh la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for your land in Miami. The air was hot like summer rain, so dripping off me before I even knew her name. La la la. It felt like la la la, yeah. Sapphire moonlight, we danced for hours in the sand, tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in my hands, la la la. It felt like la la la, yeah. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need you, but every touch is so la la la, it's so la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave you, but every touch is so la la la, it's so la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for your life in the hotel. There's just some things that never change. You say we're just friends, but friends don't know the way you taste. La la la. 'Cause you know it's a long time that you let me fall. Oh, how your lips undress me, hooked on your tongue. Oh, love, your kisses steady, don't stop. I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need you, but every touch is so la la la, it's so la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you know I love it when you call me señorita. I wish it wasn't so damn hard to leave you, but every touch is so la la la, it's so la la la. Oh, I should be running. Oh, you keep me coming for you all alone.
Thank you, everyone. Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mom and pop, not the way I do love you. Well, holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, I never loved one like you. Oh man, you're my best friend. I scream it to the nothingness. There ain't nothing that I need. Well, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ, and nothing pleased me more than you. Oh, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. I'll follow you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you. Well, moats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you. Oh, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Take me home. Daddy, I'm coming home. Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is where I'm alone with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Oh, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. It's so sad to think that she don't see what I see.
Every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Oh, her lips, I could kiss them all day if she let me. Her laugh, she hates it, but I think it's sexy. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Oh, you know I'd never ask you to change. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just stay the same. So don't even bother asking, do I look okay? You know I'll say, when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. The way you are, the way you are. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Guess it's true, I'm not good for a one-night stand. But I still need your love, 'cause you're just a man. These nights never seem to go to plan. I don't want you to leave, will you hold my hand? And won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. So darling, stay with me. Why am I so emotional? No, it's not a good look, it's some self-control. Deep down, I know this never works. I don't want you to leave so it doesn't hurt. And won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. So darling, stay with me. like everybody's got a price. I wonder they sleep at night. When the sale comes first and the truth comes second, just stop for a minute and smile. Why is everybody so serious? Acting so damn mysterious. Got your shades in your eyes and your heels so high that you can't even have a good time. Everybody look to the left. Everybody look to the right. Can you feel it? Yeah, we're playing with love tonight. It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Forget about the cha-ching, cha-ching. Forget about the, yeah, bling, bling. Wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Okay, we need to take it back in time when music made us all unite. And it wasn't low blows and video hoes. Am I the only one getting tired? Why is everybody so obsessed? Money can't buy us happiness. And we all slow down and enjoy right now. Guaranteed you'll be feeling alright. Everybody look to the left. Everybody look to the right. Can you feel it? Yeah, we're playing with love tonight. It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Forget about the cha-ching, cha-ching. Forget about the, yeah, the bling, bling. Wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. La 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 price tag. La 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 price tag. It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Forget about the cha-ching, cha-ching. Forget about the, yeah, bling, bling. Wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. Forget about the cha-ching, cha-ching. Forget about the, yeah, bling, bling. Wanna make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. La 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 price tag. La 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 price tag. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Thank you so much. I see the moon, see the moon, see the moon. Oh, when you're looking at the sun. I'm not a fool, I'm not a fool, not a fool. No, you're not fooling anyone. Oh, but when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone, oh, baby, all the lights go out. Thinking of that, baby, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong. Come back to me, baby, we can work this out. Oh, baby, come and let me get to know you. Just another chance so that I can show you I won't let you down to know. No, I won't let you down to know. 'Cause I could be the one. 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 I see in blue, I see in blue, I see in blue. Oh, and you see everything in red. And there's nothing that I wanna do for you, do for you, do for you. Oh, 'cause you got inside my head. Oh, but when you're gone, when you're gone, when you're gone, oh, baby, all the lights go out. Thinking of that, baby, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong. Come back to me, baby, we can work this out. Oh, baby, come and let me get to know you. Just another chance so that I can show you I won't let you down to know. No, I won't let you down to know. 'Cause I could be the one. I could be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. I could be the one, 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 be the one. Oh, baby, come and let me get to know you. Just another chance so that I can show you I won't let you down to know. No, I won't let you down to know. 'Cause I could be the one. 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 It's a human sign when things go wrong, when the scent of her lingers and temptation strong. Cold, cold heart, heart done by you. Something's looking better, baby. Just passing through. Oh, no, 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 no. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. And this is what I should have said. Well, I thought I kept it here. Cold, cold heart, I done by you. Some things looking better, baby. Just pass you through. Oh, no, 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 no. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me right again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. And this is what I should have said. Well, I thought it, but I kept it here. Cold, cold heart, hard done by you. Some things looking better, baby. Just passing through. Oh, no, 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 no. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. And this is what I should have said. Well, I thought it, but I kept it here. So right, so right, so right, so right. Oh, no, 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 no.
Good work.
You too. You too.
That was deadly.
We'll do records and probably guitar, but we'll just see how long. Yeah, we'll do records first. 3 little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Oh, don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Blue as the sky, summer and lonely, sipping tea in a bar by the roadside. Don't you let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that awful hairdo. Maybe sometimes we get it wrong, but it's alright. The more things stay the same, the more they seem to change. Oh, don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, just more than
I could take pity for pity's sake. Some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When you're gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer. Do what you want to. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, Thank you.
It don't matter.
It don't matter? Okay, just give me a few minutes.
I think it'd be the better one.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Can you do a longer solo? Is that okay? Because otherwise it'll get too short.
Sure.
Just don't start this one. Cool. Yeah, just double your solo. Yep. All right.
Double time.
No.
Everyday people like you and me just wanna live naturally. Time told you, and you told me, nothing's gonna get us down. Can't you see? I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. No, 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 no. I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. People around making sounds and all kinds of noise. If I could only get there, then I could enjoy it. Who they trying to be? Who they trying to fool? Let's set the mood right now. Turn down the lights, it's time to cool it down. I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. No, 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 no. I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. Yesterday and what we could be, it don't matter. Getting more of what we don't need, it don't matter. Everything unless I'm with you, it doesn't matter to me, no. Bring it on down to me. Sing it on down to me. Bring it on down to me. I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. No, 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 no. I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the graduates.
Welcome to this James Cook University graduation ceremony. Welcome. Please ensure that all electronic devices are switched off. Graduates, you are reminded that protocol requires that you take off your mortarboard bonnet for the national anthem. Would the assembly please stand for the entrance of the academic procession?
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and President, distinguished guests, members of the official party, academic staff, graduates and guests. Good evening and welcome to this James Cook University graduation ceremony. Please remain standing while Miss Andrea Alamé sings the national anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you. Please be seated. At James Cook University, we acknowledge the Australian Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the traditional owners of the lands and waters where we operate our business. We pay our respects to ancestors and elders past, present and emerging. JCU is committed to honouring Australian Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' unique cultural and spiritual relationship to the land, waters and seas and their rich contribution to the university and society. We are assembled here today to confer James Cook University Awards. May I take this opportunity to introduce members of the official party. My name is Mr. Russ Parker and I am today's Ceremony Marshal. From my right, Professor Lee Stewart, Dean of the College of Healthcare Sciences. Dr. Ernie Jennings, acting on behalf of the Dean of the College of Medicine and Dentistry, Professor Sarah Larkins. Professor Stephen Boyle, Dean of the College of Business, Law and Governance. Professor Anne-Marie Morgan, Dean of the College of Arts, Society and Education. Professor Ron White, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering. Associate Professor Liz Tynan, Professional Development Coordinator, Higher Degrees by Research. Ms. Giselle Bovink, Deputy University Secretary and today's Mace Bearer. The University's Chancellor, Mr. Bill Tudell. Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Simon Biggs. Dr. Rob Beeman. Dr. Beeman will deliver today's occasional address. Mr. Peter Phillips, the University's Deputy Chancellor. The University's Provost, Professor Chris Coughlin. Professor Marcus Lane, Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the Division of Tropical Environments and Society. Professor Richard Murray, Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the Division of Tropical Health and Medicine. Ms. Marie Dinan-Thompson, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Students. Ms. Tricia Brand, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Division of Services and Resources. Dr. David Craig, Director of Cairns Campus. Professor Stephen Naylor, Chair of the University's Academic Board. And if I might make a correction, it's Professor Marie Dinan-Thompson. My apologies, Marie. Seated behind the official party are members of the university staff. Chancellor, I invite you to address the Assembly.
Good evening. I warmly acknowledge this evening Professor Simon Biggs, our Vice-Chancellor and President, the Honourable Warren Ench, MP, Member for Leichhardt, Mr. Peter Phillips, Deputy Chancellor, Dr. Rob Beeman, our distinguished occasional speaker, Mr. Corey Jamieson, our graduate speaker, members of the official party, members of JCU's governing body, the council, ladies and gentlemen, but most important of all, graduating students. Warm thanks to Andrea Alume for her stirring rendition of our national anthem and for her excellent pre-ceremony entertainment. I too acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands and seas on which we gather and which we conduct our business, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. And I acknowledge with respect all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australians who are present with us this evening. JCU is proud to celebrate the diversity of cultures and customs that make up our university community. A very special part of that is to acknowledge the academic achievements of our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students through a sashing ceremony that takes place immediately before each graduation ceremony. Later, you'll see those students walk across the stage to receive their awards, proudly wearing colourful sashes signifying their cultural heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the very best aspects of being Chancellor of my alma mater is presiding over graduation ceremonies, and it's a great pleasure to welcome you to tonight's. We gather this evening to celebrate the achievements of our students, but also to thank those who have supported them along the way and to rejoice with the dedicated staff of JCU for their tireless efforts to turn out graduates of such remarkable quality. I commend our graduating students, you, for your persistence and determination to make it through what has been a challenging final 2 years of study. We're living in a new and challenging world, dealing with the obstacles which COVID-19 has created, but the struggle we've faced has brought out the best in people, forging resilience, adaptability and innovation. In this, I have to say, the staff and the students of JCU have been exemplary. I'd like to acknowledge with gratitude the family and friends who have helped bring you to this milestone in your lives and who have supported you through the tough times. They have been, I'm sure, the sounding board, the shoulder to cry on, the motivator, and deserve to be proud of their contribution to your success. A particularly pleasant aspect of my role this evening is to officially welcome JCU's new graduates into our alumni family, a family that my wife Chris, who's with us tonight, is also a member, and we've both been part of since we graduated half a century ago in the 70s. Our graduating students should be proud of them in the knowledge that you are joining the ranks of a great number of high-achieving alumni who've made significant contributions locally, nationally, and internationally. We count among them people as accomplished as the Honourable Curtis Pitt, MP, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly in the Queensland Parliament and Member for Mulgrave. Magistrate Cathy Ann McLennan, the first JCU alumna to be appointed a Queensland magistrate. Ms. Julianne Guevara, a Torres Strait Islander, who was the first Indigenous officer of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade to be promoted to the Senior Executive Service, an important milestone in Australia's diplomatic history, and who has served with distinction as Australia's Ambassador to Spain, Andorra and Equatorial Guinea, and as Ambassador for Gender Equality. The 2002 Young Australian of the Year, Dr. Daniel Noor, founder of Streetside Medics, a mobile clinic for Sydney's homeless community. Dr. Noor was the 2022 Young Australian of the Year for New South Wales, and the 2022 Young Australian of the Year for Queensland. Dr. Tani Britson is from the Atherton Tablelands and is the founder of Hand in Hand Peer Support to help healthcare workers who are experiencing well-being or mental health difficulties. I could go on and on with impressive examples of those who've gone before you. You'll be relieved to hear that I won't, I'll let those examples illustrate my point. Before I bring my remarks to a close, I'd like to extend a particularly warm welcome to Professor Simon Biggs and his wife Sarah, who is with us this evening as well, and say what a delight and an honour it is to have Professor Biggs join us as our Vice-Chancellor and President. Professor Biggs is officially 1 month into the role, and this is his very first JCU graduation ceremony. I think I can say with confidence that I know Professor Biggs to be proud that he's part of JCU and proud of the part that we play, and look forward to building with him on the success of in the years to come. Now, graduates, the time has come to pause, take in and enjoy all that you've achieved. Those of us responsible for leading the university are very proud of you for staying the course and reaching this milestone, and I look forward to seeing you walk across the stage to receive your awards. That will be the time for your family, your friends and your supporters to applaud and cheer you with all the energy that they can muster. And when the celebrations subside and you begin your careers, before long, life will be filled with all kinds of responsibilities and challenges. But I do encourage you to stay in touch with JCU through our alumni our alumni network. Chris and I certainly are very glad that we did. You are JCU's next generation of leaders and game changers, and we want to be able to follow your achievements and take pride in them, to take pride in you. And as you begin to make your mark in the world, remember you've only just begun your learning journey. The author Alvin Toffler reflected on this notion in his best-selling book, Future Shock, when he said, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." I have no doubt that in the near future you will bring the power of your JCU education to bear on issues of great significance to your communities. Congratulations and good luck.
Chancellor, I call upon the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Stephen Naylor, to present the graduating students.
Will all graduating students please stand? Chancellor, I certify to you and to the university that all graduands and graduates standing before you today have fulfilled the requirements prescribed by the university, and I ask that they be recognised as admitted to their respective awards.
In the name of the University Council, and by my authority as Chancellor, I recognise and admit candidates so approved and congratulate and warmly welcome you all as James Cook University alumni.
Will all graduates and diplomats please be seated?
Chancellor, the awarding of a Doctor of Philosophy degree has a special place in our graduation ceremony. It is one of the highest qualifications that the university awards. This degree is awarded for the successful completion of a significant piece of independent research, sustained in its scholarly character, and one that makes an original contribution to the field. External examination is always involved. 13 candidates will be presented this evening. Associate Professor Liz Tynan, Higher Degree by Research Professional Development Coordinator, will present the graduates and acknowledge their supervisors, and Professor Stephen Naylor, Chair of the Academic Board, will read the thesis abstracts.
Chancellor. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Emmanuel Apoku Achampong. Dr. Achampong's studies were undertaken in the discipline of agricultural science under the supervision of Dr. Colin McGregor, Professor Geoffrey Sayer, and Dr. Sean Sloan.
Chancellor, Dr. E. Chipong examined how Ghanaian farming practices influence farmers' livelihoods and forest cover. He found that farmers who adopt agricultural inputs are less likely to encroach on forest reserves. Emmanuel hopes that Ghana's Forestry Commission and Ministry for Food and Agriculture will adopt his recommendations to enhance agricultural and forest sustainability. Chancellor, I present Dr. Ichampong.
Chancellor, Ida Patricia Addicott. Dr. Addicott's studies were undertaken in the discipline of ecology and evolution under the supervision of Professor Susan Lawrence and Professor Darren Crane.
Chancellor, Dr. Addicott designed a quantitative approach for identifying the plant communities in Queensland. She found that plant communities identified using the new approach were more recognisable and more useful for land management planning. The Queensland Herbarium is using the new approach to identify plant communities as a statewide standard. Chancellor, I present Dr. Addicott.
Chancellor, Stephanie Brianna Baker. Dr. Baker's studies were undertaken in the discipline of communications technologies under the supervision of Professor Wei Zhang and Professor Ian Atkinson.
Chancellor, Dr. Baker developed machine learning schemes for the non-invasive and continuous measurement of blood pressure and respiratory rate from heart activity waveforms. She also constructed machine learning models for mortality risk assessment from vital sign variations. This research contributes several tools that offer significant advancements in patient monitoring and wearable health care. Chancellor, I present Dr. Baker.
Chancellor, Lisa Garrett. Dr. Garrett's studies were undertaken in the discipline of teacher education under the supervision of Dr. Philemon Chagiza, Dr. Snowy Evans and Associate Professor Helen Boone.
Chancellor, Dr. Garrett studied the impact of a professional learning intervention in cultural competence with teachers of refugee students. 3 findings emerged. Teachers have unconscious bias, cultural safety is imperative, and effective strategies for developing cultural competence exist. Professional learning is imperative in supporting teachers to be culturally competent and respond effectively to students. Chancellor, I present Dr. Garrett.
Chancellor, Louise Carolyn Henry. Dr. Henry's studies were undertaken in the discipline of creative arts under the supervision of Dr. Ariella Van Leeuwen, Associate Professor Susan Gare, and Dr. Sarah Galletley.
Chancellor, Dr. Henry's practice-led creative writing research project explores how ethically reimagine family stories as representative of broader historical stories of regional women through fiction. She wrote a novel and an exegesis which demonstrates how the process of writing the novel and its final literary form achieves this. Chancellor, I present Dr. Henry.
Chancellor, Tani Cherie Innes. Dr. Innes's studies were undertaken in the discipline of society and culture under the supervision of Professor Rosita Henry, Professor Robert Dixon, and Dr. Michael Wood.
Chancellor, Dr. Innes explored Indigenous curatorship in Queensland rainforest. She found that curating is a cultural practice. Rainforest artefacts are selected and preserved, then communicated to the public as material extensions of spirit, story and place. Tani's research addresses the physical and ontological distance between museums and descendant communities. Chancellor, I present Dr. Innes.
Chancellor. Gillian Angela Patricia Long. Please go ahead. Dr. Long's studies were undertaken in the discipline of written communication under the supervision of Dr. Roger Osborne, Dr. Ariella Van Leeuwen and Professor Stephen Naylor.
Chancellor, Dr. Long used a practice-led methodology to write a hybrid, popular post-colonial historic novel aimed at redressing three precedent texts. She found how narrative conflict is constructed, mediated and justified. This was most relevant to her ethical deliberations of cultural meta-narratives carried by her novel Shadows in the Cane. Chancellor, I present Dr. Long.
Chancellor. Geraldine Mallinson. Dr. Mallinson's studies were undertaken in the discipline of sociology under the supervision of Dr. Nick Osbaldeston and Associate Professor Glenn Dawes.
Chancellor, Dr. Mallinson considered the housing crisis through the Bordesian perspective, focused on caravan park dwelling. She argues that housing is inadequate and places occupants on the brink of primary homelessness. She warns of a crisis in access, adequacy and security and makes recommendations to guide Australian housing reforms. Chancellor, I present Dr. Mallinson.
Chancellor. Judith Katerina Rafferty. Dr. Rafferty's studies were undertaken in the discipline of law under the supervision of Professor Chris Caneen and Associate Professor Samantha Hardy-Lawson.
Chancellor, Dr. Rafferty analysed the justice needs of Rwandan women who were raped during the 1994 genocide. She found that women had multiple justice needs and many, but not all, were addressed by the Rwandan community courts. Her findings can help design justice processes that consider the needs of rape survivors. Chancellor, I present Dr. Rafferty.
Chancellor. Damien Peter Rigg. Dr. Rigg's studies were undertaken in the discipline of marine science under the supervision of Dr. Clive Jones, Professor Jamie Seymour and Dr. Robert Courtney.
Chancellor, Dr. Rigg studied juvenile red claw crayfish in aquaculture and examined the factors for nursery phase to increase survivorship through grow-out. Diet, temperature and cultural parameters were recommended as protocols for industry, and adoption of these will assist in growing the industry through more surety over their survivorship. Chancellor, I present Dr. Rigg.
Chancellor. Stephanie Rhea Dawn Shearhuber. Dr. Shearhuber's studies were undertaken in the discipline of society and culture under the supervision of Associate Professor Richard Lansdowne, Dr. Claire Hanson and Professor Richard Nile.
Chancellor, Dr. Shearhuber studied sleep in early modern literature and drama. She found that sleepers use cognitive extension to outsource their attentional capacity during sleep in order to mitigate vulnerability. Her research provides a means for literary scholars to interpret sleep and contributes to the development of an extended mind theory. Chancellor, I present Dr. Shearhuber.
Chancellor. Richard Mackenzie Stewart. Dr. Stewart's studies were undertaken in the discipline of teacher education under the supervision of Professor Brian Luthwaite, Professor Suzanne McGinty, and Dr. Philemon Chigeza.
Chancellor, Dr. Stewart studied the transition experience of Year 7 students leaving remote Indigenous communities in Cape York to access secondary education. He found that boarding transition space to be both complex and contested for students and their families. The research highlights urgent policy reform required to improve educational outcomes for remote students. Chancellor, I present Dr. Stewart.
Chancellor, Nathan Matthew White. Dr. White's studies were undertaken in the discipline of linguistics under the supervision of Professor Alexandra Aikenwald, Professor Robert Dixon, and Dr. Simon Overall.
Chancellor, Dr. White investigated the language of the Hmong refugee community in North Queensland and produced the first comprehensive grammar of their language. Following basic linguistic theory, the grammar presents analysis of phonology, morphology and syntax of the Hmong language. His research has led to the development of a Hmong medical corpus, a digital resource for Hmong medical communication. Chancellor, I present Dr. White.
Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of the Doctor of Philosophy Awards.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Lee Stewart, Dean of the College of Healthcare Sciences, to present college graduates.
Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Nursing Science, Bachelor of Midwifery, Aislinn Gabrielle Blake. Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded the degree of Graduate Certificate of Psychology, Jennifer Ann Ellis. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Nursing, Nedanoska Adriana. Fatima Issa. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Healthcare Sciences.
Chancellor, I invite Dr. Ernie Jennings to present the College of Medical and Dentistry graduates.
Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Dental Surgery Honours, Rain Carol Thiem. Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded the degree of Graduate Diploma of Orthodontics with Distinction, Darwin Luke. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Medicine and Dentistry.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Stephen Doyle, Dean of the College of Business, Law and Governance, to present college graduates.
Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded to the degree of Diploma of Higher Education, Tassie Charlotte Boulieu. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Casey McBride. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business, Cameron Nicholas Aegeus. Rachel Marie Akers. Rachel Iabo Akop. Emma Kate Anderson. Avjit Singh. Tila Rupa Basnet. Jessica Angela Benuti. Shania Gladys Bowen. Amy Louise Brown. Mantej Dotha. Matthew William Ford. Jordan Fulton. Courtney Jade Hobson. Soraya Alice Horton. Jasnik Kaur. Cassandra Sherwell. Lisa Penga Kuhn. Nicolasa Samuela Lilo. Jacinta Allison McDonald. Ben Craig Middleton. Dominic Morrison. Latifa Resishia Nona. Alexander James Knott. Phuong Lam Phan Nguyen. Clinton Andrew Pike. Rebecca Lily Shield. Tegan Cassie Smith. Sophie Joan Spear. Madeline Tinning. Joshua Benjamin Van Galen. Gemma Alice Walker. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business with Distinction. James Barks. Courtney Linsell. Jasmine Taylor Turia. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Laws. Emily Jane Elizabeth Boulay. Jade Valerie Dibben. Suzanne Alexandra Lutz. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Psychological Science. Tristan Hillebrand. Natalie Margaret Howarth. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Psychology, Helena Tierra Lizzie David. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Blake David Cooper. Addie Erez. Addie? Leighton Thomas Kennedy. Shaylee Kettles. Shanae Dawn Lauridsen. Sarah Jane Mariz Natera. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with Distinction, awarded the CPA Australia Prizes B, Melita D'Souza. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Brendan James Alexander. Michael Lewis Arnold. Tisha Marie Basham. Anraj Dotha. Janice Louise Fennick. Katya Griesbach. Darius Marek Kozalewski. Tara Joy Nonna. Amanda Sarah Aroni Nuttall. Shania Tina Claudette Phillips. Bellis Claire Sharon. Chanel Tracy Stewart. Rosalie Velchen Swan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws with distinction. Angus John Mallion. Awarded the Thomson Reuters Prize A, Brenda Antonia Masuti. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws Honours, Andrew John Evans. Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded to the degree of Graduate Certificate of Business Administration Global, Benson Lap Xing Tang. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Conflict Management and Resolution with distinction, Kathleen Francis Yeoman. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Tourism and Hospitality Management, Thomas Joshi Veliath. Akil Narayanan Nair. Sajana Pereira. Ajwal Pandit Andre. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Tourism and Hospitality Management with distinction, Nicole Louise Gemelli. Faizan Shafi. Chancellor, This concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Business, Law and Governance.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Anne-Marie Morgan, Dean of the College of Arts, Society and Education, to present college graduates.
Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded the degree of Diploma of Tertiary Studies, Rhys John Hollow Russell. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Sarah Binti Badaruddin Jalil. Natasha Lee Brown. Shannon Dell Campbell. Gayatri Dahal. Caroline Demara. Keith Allen Sazel. Matthew Ian Sweet. Monica Inez Tashia. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with distinction. The Ginny Hall Women's Studies Prize, Lisa Renee Camilleri. Thomas Herridge. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours, Class 1, Carol Ann Hardingham. The Tropical Archaeology Research Laboratory Prize and the Greg McIntyre Prize, Georgina Jane Skelly. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours Distinction, Amber Battersby. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Education, Jemima Alyssa Anderson. Olivia May Anderson. Jessica Caitlin Baker. Alyssa Jade Barry. Rebecca Margaret Blewett. Samuel James Brown. Raina Elizabeth Ezery Pike. Kate Louise George. Nicole Genzi. Celie Teresa Henderson. Shanae Rosemarie Hoschke. Briley Tani Huey. Nazarie Jose Lim. Jacinta Courtney Macri. Jacqueline Botabalu Oakley. Dwayne Bryce Ormiston. Riley Shane Parsons. Natasha Leanne Pyers. Casey Kate Robbins. Darcy Jane Ryan. Alyssa Jane Scanella. Jasna Tellaha Slade. Adele Quinn Smith. Jordan Quinn Wilson. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Education with distinction. Zoe May Jones. The Queensland Association of Mathematics Teachers Prize, Cairns, Brianna Elizabeth O'Shea. Lorelei Ann Piggott. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Educational Services with distinction, Sharon Anjana Holden. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Work, the AASW North Queensland Cairns Prize and the Rick Thompson Inclusion Award, Monique Lan Chantrell. Lauren Elizabeth Esposito. Just the name? Bronwyn Mayer Evans. Shalene Jean Gruber. Jennifer Larkot Hakim. Kelly Jackson. Kaylee Michelle McKenzie. Sian McKenzie. Hannah Lois Nichols. Stephana Tranby. Rashita Verma. Jason Wade. Sylvia Winger. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Work Honours, Shane Adam Firth. Tian J. Hickey. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Work Honours with distinction, Kerry Lynn Borger. Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded the degree of Graduate Certificate of Catholic Education, Ashton Page McCormick. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Education, Leanne Robin Webster. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Global Development with distinction, Francesca Ethel Earp. Avinash Chanuri. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Guidance and Counselling, Eva Jean Horn. Candy Lee Toll. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Guidance and Counselling with distinction, Briony Rose Morgan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Social Work, Abel Abraham. Marianne Alabakis. Surya Babu. Jumana Batakan. Jerry John. Albert Keinekal. Ramanpreet Kaur. Hermandeep Kaur. Tabitha Francis Lee. Gitika Nagpal. Tina Lysel Patterson. Anu Paul. Ravina Rita. Doris Ciciolo. Melanie Gwen Spencer. Wen Hua Tan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Social Work with distinction. The Pauline Lawrence Social Work Practice Prize, Louise Marie Telford. Tivani Wong. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Teaching and Learning, Lindsay Baker. Carol Genevieve Therese Jolly. Shilpa Pahuja. Erica Winnett Robb. Luras Louise Treble. Luras. Aaron Lee Robson. Kieran Anthony Walsh. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Teaching and Learning with distinction. Suzanne Jacobs. Catherine Leanne Mason. Samantha Emily Nagan. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Arts, Society and Education.
Chancellor, I invite Professor Ron White, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, to present college graduates.
Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Advanced Science, Simon James Agnall. Michaeli Mercedes Lukac. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Kim Bender. Bailey James Clark. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Class 1, Yazin Ali Allen. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Bachelor of Information Technology, Corey Jameson. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Bachelor of Information Technology, Class 1, Yuval Bernstein. Tyler James Langtree. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Bachelor of Science, Class 1, Timothy Coulter. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Practice, India Marshall. The Cairns Regional Council Bachelor of Sustainability First Year Prize, Pani Kaur. The Royal Geography Society of Queensland Prize, Jessie Rhinelander. Darcy Lewis Roger. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Anthony Bradshaw. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Baljit Singh. Megan Elizabeth Godwin. Chloe Jade Harrison. Brandon Matthew Johns. Sheena Jane McQueen. Aidan McGee. Eugene Nam. Jacob Bradley Prince. Cheng Cheng Chiong. Yi Yong. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology with distinction, the prize for Excel in third year Bachelor of Information Technology Cairns, Callum Denian. Matthew Douglas Hall. Brandon McCallanan. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Planning, Riley Crabb. Joseph Narumba. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Tonya Calvert. Georgia Hunter. Indigo Elizabeth Rose Spence. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with distinction, Campbell Matthew Howard Simpson. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science Honours, the Sir Joseph Banks Medal for Botany, Dale Perkins. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours, Class 1, Maria Box. Holly Farnan. Connor McHugh. Chancellor, I present a graduate awarded the degree of Graduate Certificate of Data Science, Paul Moffat. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Data Science, Haran Amagata-Galu. Demesha Aragenge. Reshma Joseph. Sneha Joyson. Venkat Kasturi. Harikrishnan Pillai. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Data Science with distinction, James Chaplin. Alice Elizabeth Louise Miller. Hamna Moin. Charles Shing. Jagakala Thangaraja. Rajitha Anagu. Naveen Kumar Gurusamy. Bienvenido Hias. Abhinav Kondapali. Rian Tolkani. Atira Satyaharan. Sanka Siddhagam. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Planning and Urban Design, Justin Urley. Achaya Rajkumar. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Science with distinction, Dale Bennett. Chancellor, I present a graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Science Professional, Ankal Sharma. Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Science Professional with distinction, Edward Gladegau. Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Science and Engineering.
Chancellor, I now invite Dr. Robin Beeman to deliver the occasional address. Dr. Beeman is a research fellow and marine geologist. Since 2006, he's been based at James Cook University, Cairns. In the 1990s, Dr. Beeman worked as a hydrographic surveyor with the Royal Australian Navy to develop nautical charts for mariners. Dr. Beeman's research interests are to understand the long-term geological and physical processes that have influenced the shape of Australia's underwater landscape, or seascape, and to study the relationships between deep seabed habitats and their associated marine life. Dr. Beeman's research projects range from the study of submarine canyons, underwater landslides, submerged reefs, paleochannels, cold water corals, mesophotic or twilight coral ecosystems, volcanic seamounts, and seabed habitats. Dr. Beeman is lead researcher on a Project 3D GBR developing high-resolution 3D depth models for the Great Barrier Reef and Coral Sea. This modelling is now widely used for geology and seafloor habitat research, flood plume modelling, larvae tracking, and coral predator control efforts. Chancellor, it is with great pleasure I invite Dr. Rob Beeman to deliver the occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and President, Deputy Chancellor, members of Council, members of staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most important, the graduates. I'd like to share with you a story of how we managed a virtual ocean mapping expedition aboard the Schmidt Ocean Institute's RV Falkor, and how we surveyed hundreds of kilometres of Australia's ocean depths from home in Cairns during the pandemic lockdown. I first realised that the Schmidt Ocean Institute's RV Falkor was in serious trouble early in April 2020, just as the COVID-19 crisis was sweeping across Australia. The ship had been in Australian waters since that January, committed to a year-long series of deep water expeditions. The Falkor is one of the world's best research ships, is based out of the United States and equipped with multi-beam swath mapping systems. These provide a high-resolution 3D picture of the seafloor down to 4 kilometres depth and can identify seabed features between 2 to 20 metres in size. Every opportunity must be taken to contribute mapping data to improve the detail of Australia's large marine exclusive economic zone and the network of marine parks. However, the Falkor was now caught up in the frantic shutdown of ports and quarantine restrictions in Western Australia. With many research vessels stopped due to the crisis, including Australia's only blue water research ship, the Investigator, years of research planning was cancelled. However, Falkor was still at sea and committed to its research program, if only allowed by the authorities. I was already in lockdown here in Cairns when the Falkor escaped Western Australia. The vessel headed east towards Cairns, awaiting a decision. It was a very few tense weeks, and then we got the word. The Falkor had been granted an exemption, and could remain in Australian waters to conduct science. The ship is fully crewed with 26 people on board, including a team to operate the underwater robot Sebastian. Weighing over 3 tonnes and is rated to 4 kilometres deep, this remotely operated vehicle can take exquisite 4K videos and collect physical samples with its robotic arms. As a result of the shifting schedule, the Schmidt Ocean Institute asked whether I could propose an expedition for a month and a half. I had just 2 weeks to prepare and lead a virtual voyage without any scientists being physically on board. This intensive schedule of mapping and ROV dives had to be conducted entirely remotely, done through telepresence. Choosing an area to explore was easy. I had long studied maps of the Coral Sea Marine Park, which lies adjacent to the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. It features a scattering of 30 shallow coral reefs, including several of the largest coral atolls in the world. But I wondered, what might their steeper and deeper flanks look like, which had never been mapped before? And as for conducting a survey entirely remotely, well, that required a leap of faith. Neither I nor the Schmidt Ocean Institute had ever participated in such an operation before. As chief scientist, I was determined to make this work. So I built a small virtual team from their lockdown homes across Australia and overseas, in readiness for a month and a half of adventure. In late April 2020, the Falkor sailed from Cairns to Osprey Reef, and the visioning of the Coral Sea Marine Park expedition was born. We settled into a daily routine of early morning video meetings with the master and crew who ran the ship's numerous sensors and multi-beam systems. The Falkor is a 24/7 operation, so discussions would range from science objectives and numerous plans to cover contingencies and weather. We could view the mapping in real time on our home screens, and the first results I saw of the mapping around Osprey Reef will stay with me. The ship had completed several laps of the reef with the multi-beam pinging every few seconds, revealing the 3D seafloor in beautiful detail. We could see the steep flanks, corrugated with many canyons cut into their sides. We also witnessed evidence of massive underwater landslides where whole pieces of the reef, some several kilometres long, had broken off and debris blocks scattered around their base. The first ROV dive at Osprey Reef was everything I'd hoped for. All the dives were streamed live on YouTube. Descending past 200 metres, only glimmers of sunlight remain in these clear waters. Below 400 metres depth, the temperature drops, so that at 1,500 metres depth, over 1 kilometre deep, the temperature measures just 3 degrees. This is where the ROV revealed the cold water corals that are not reliant on sunlight. These corals exist in the darkness in a surprising variety of shapes and colours. Some appear as solitary bright pink buttons with long tentacles. Others, attached to the rock, are colonies bearing names such as golden, black, and precious corals. Being fully remote, the dive was the first test of audio commentary from my home. It was quite a juggle, with numerous screens open to watch the live feed, speaking to what I could explain, all the while watching YouTube chats coming in from many people watching around the world. The video travelled up the fibre optic cable from the depths to the Falkor on the surface, then transmitted via satellite to a ground station on land. My voice travelled back to the ship via satellite. The audio is mixed with the video on board and then transmitted back to be streamed live on YouTube. Osprey Reef is also known as a site for chambered nautiluses. These strange-looking cephalopods, relations to squid, are distantly related to extinct ammonites. They use their large pinhole camera eyes and up to 90 arms to scavenge food during daylight hours in depths below 500 metres. Soon, our first nautilus bobbed into view, perhaps attracted by ROV lights. By the end of the dive, we had counted 18 sightings, giving everyone a huge thrill to see these creatures thriving. As the journey progressed, further ROV dives revealed abundant deep water fish, particularly eels. I could see this generating much interest amongst the fish experts watching from ashore. The YouTube chats were full of, I think it's a such and such species, or this could be a range extension, meaning a sighting for a fish beyond the area where it is currently known to live in. I contacted one prolific Twitter contributor from the University of Sydney and asked whether he would like to join the science team. This led to more scientists being added to the virtual expedition, including other fish and coral reef experts. More underwater surprises appeared. 4 conical drowned reefs were found on the plateau surface, 1 kilometre down. With heights up to 600 metres tall, these peaks likely drowned millions of years ago when the plateau had subsided. The ROV dives continued to amaze, from deep-sea Dumbo octopus lazily swimming past with their ear-like fins, to nautiluses seen on nearly every dive. A relic fauna of stalked crinoids, which are common in the fossil record, live in the depths of the Coral Sea, where conditions have remained near constant for millions of years. Delicate glass sponges attached to rocks on long stalks like tulip bulbs. Giant isopods like pill bugs burrowed into soft sediments, leaving behind numerous holes like Swiss cheese. New species of fish were observed, together with many significant range extensions for fish living in the twilight zone. The experience for me and the rest of the science team had been intense. we had all juggled family obligations, homeschooling, and existing work commitments while engaging with the Falkors crew at sea from early morning till late at night. However, the visioning of the Coral Sea Marine Park cruise was deeply satisfying as the first fully virtual expedition by the Schmidt Ocean Institute. It was a testament to the resilience of Falkor's crew and the science team in overcoming the significant challenges brought on by the pandemic. And so as I finish this story born out of the pandemic crisis, I commend to you, the graduates, who have similarly shown the grit and determination to complete your academic studies during this difficult period. The lesson here is to be flexible, as you never know what opportunities may arise. Thank you.
Chancellor, I now invite Mr. Corey Jamieson to deliver the graduate address.
Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and President, Dr. Rob Beeman, Deputy Chancellor, members of the Council, members of staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow graduates. It is my great honour today to represent our cohort on such an important day. Before I waffle on, I'd like to especially thank Dr. Beeman, Rob Beeman, for his speech, for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here today. His message to adapt, improve, and overcome is a lesson for us all. Please give him a round of applause. Well, where do I start? For me, it has been a long 5 years. I'm sure everyone here agrees that with that, we had to endure the most challenging of times. The lockdown brought us great challenges to overcome, but here we are. We prevailed. When I look back at the 5 years, there are common denominators that brought us here today. They are, of course, our lecturers and JCU staff. I can't be thankful enough for how the university lecturers quickly adapted to the situation and continued to teach us during the lockdown. For that, I believe a round of applause for the lecturers and JCU staff is in order. Of course, we can't forget about the most important people, our family, our friends, and our loved ones. Even though we have our arguments over silly things, it is always important to take some time out and I always appreciate what they have done for us. Without them, I wouldn't be up here at all speaking with you all. I'm sure everyone here has had a family member, friend, or even work colleague to help us through the tough times and our journey. Mum, Dad, and a tiny bit of my brother, thank you for always being there for me. I would like to ask all the graduates to stand up, turn to the audience, and give a round of applause to respect all those people who have helped us to get here today. During the years spent here at university, we bonded, made friends, and maybe even found love. The years at university will always be cherished with laughter, tough times, and the relief of not having to do a subject again. In the end, we all made it through it together. And we got our very expensive degree. Now, we must venture out into the big world to continue forging our own path. With our hard-earned degree, it is up to us to keep pursuing our dreams, aspirations, and goals. As we follow our paths, I'll remember the good times and the bad times, because after today, we may not see each other again. Some may move to a different country or even a different city, but the time I shared here with everyone at the university, I will always cherish. I will always remember when a fellow student ate another student's pie and never let it down. I wouldn't either. Or the time when someone burnt the resistor in the lab, or got the nickname Magic Hands as he broke everything he touched. And of course, my favourite times, the classic KFC runs. I'm sure everyone here will have their own great stories to tell. Before closing my address, I'd like to thank one more group of people, and that is to my fellow graduates and underclassmen. Thank you for making my time at university special. Thank you for all the laughter, events, and helping hands to get through some of the hardest learning conditions. I would still be stuck being a professional student without the help of you guys. I hope to continue our long friendship with everyone, no matter where you are. I hope to see you all out in the big world achieving great feats. To all my friends, thank you for being my friend. Before I hand it back to the spokesman, I would like every graduate here to give themselves a round of applause or a pat on the back because you made it. Today is about us. Today is a day to celebrate. Today is a day to remember where you started and look back to where you are now. Today, we have earned it. Enjoy it to your fullest. Thank you.
Chancellor, I now have the pleasure of inviting our Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Simon Biggs, to deliver his inaugural closing address.
Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, university colleagues, and of course, most importantly, our graduates. I promise I am acutely aware that I am between you and celebrations. I will attempt to keep you only for a few minutes more. I'd first of all like to start by warmly thanking our Chancellor Bill Tudell and the whole university community for welcoming me so warmly. I'm incredibly pleased to be here in Queensland and be surrounded by so many wonderful people. I'm of course especially proud to stand before you today as the Vice-Chancellor and President of this world-class university, one that has produced so many outstanding graduates over the past 50 years. Our university is one that is dedicated to creating a brighter future for our communities here in the north of Australia, in the tropics and beyond. Graduates, today you have forever added your names to the JCU history books. You will join your literally tens of thousands of fellow alumni, and you can take your place proudly in the world. Unfortunately, you will soon discover this is not the end of your education or learning. But I am confident that this university and the education you have been given here will have equipped you for your future. It will have equipped you to think critically, to question theories and establish dogma. In short, to be ready to become the future leaders of our world. I encourage you to follow your passions and strive to make a difference. Always be proud of where you've come from, as we will always be proud of you. When you leave here today to begin your journeys, to begin your careers, you will discover that milestones such as these will accumulate over your lifetime. They are moments where you should take time to pause and reflect. Whether it's a graduation ceremony like this, your first big promotion, or even starting a family, take the opportunity always to be proud of how far you have come. For the places you've been, the experiences you've had, the people you've met, will all have impacted on you in some way, for better or for worse. They have shaped you, given you perspective, and helped you to reach the point that you are at today. In that act of reflection, it is always especially important to remember the people who've helped you along the way. Many of them are here celebrating with you today. Of course, your family, your friends, your classmates, and your university lecturers deserve both your thanks and your gratitude. They too frequently live the highs and lows of your achievements and are there to support you as you grow in your potential. Of course, what you have achieved today is so much more than a degree. It's the foundation upon which you can build your career and your life. I can personally assure you that when I graduated with my bachelor's degree more than 30 years ago, I know it is hard to believe, I did not imagine for 1 second that I would be standing here on a stage like this, addressing you as a Vice-Chancellor. A combination of hard work and immense good luck has brought me to this point. My journey has taken in appointments in the United Kingdom, France, the United States, and Australia. It's been a fulfilling journey for me personally. I suppose the message I want to give you is that you can go anywhere and you can achieve anything. Believe in yourselves. You have a fantastic launchpad for your future with a degree from this wonderful university. Over the coming months and years, you will channel all your enthusiasm, knowledge, and skill into the pursuit of your dream job. Just know it may not happen straight away, but that's normal and it's okay. We all start somewhere, and we're all heading somewhere important. Give yourself the time to be a success. Take the time to practice your skills, to learn new ones, and to really understand what it is you want in life. What you think now, I can assure you, may not be what you think in 10 years' time. But that's normal and it's okay. Approach this next phase of your life with an open mind. Say yes to opportunities big and small. These opportunities will open doors which may lead you to many unexpected but fulfilling places. I promise you, things will occasionally be tough and sometimes uncomfortable. But it is in that discomfort that you will learn and grow the most. After everything you've endured through the pandemic thus far, I'm certain that now more than ever, you should know you are capable and you can do it. You will find ways to adapt, to evolve, and to move forwards. Having said that, in your pursuit for that dream career, always remember to take time for yourself. Burnout is quite possibly a buzzword of the decade, but it is a real thing, and it can have difficult consequences for you, both professionally and personally. Please be sure to take time to reconnect with yourself, with your family, with your friends, and ensure that you're always taking care of your physical and mental health. An important tool to have as you move through life, of course, is self-belief. There will be moments where you have doubt in your ability. You doubt your motives and even the choices you've made. Remember, your self-belief is your life raft. At its core lies the truth of who you are, your strengths, and what makes you happy. If you can hold on to those truths, then they will get you through the challenges that lie ahead. So, graduates, when you leave this ceremony and continue your celebrations, as you so rightly deserve, I encourage you to think about the journey to come, and as you do, to remember these three things. First, always be grateful for the people, places, and experiences in your life. These are your foundation. Second, even the strongest amongst us can have their resilience tested. Remember to take time out and give yourself a break. And finally, becoming the person you are meant to be will take time. Hold on, enjoy the ride. Graduates, congratulations and farewell.
Chancellor, the successful staging of this ceremony is the culminative effort of many university staff. I would like to thank the university ceremonies and examination officers for the coordination of this ceremony. This graduation ceremony is now concluded. Will the Assembly please stand as the Chancellor leads the academic procession from the auditorium?